In Catholic education in the Archdiocese of Canberra Goulburn, we want every Catholic school to be profoundly great at two things: being a school and being Catholic. Parents rightly have incredibly high expectations for our schools and for the student achievement that our schools will support. We've got exactly the right teachers, school leaders, principals and staff to be one of the best education systems in Australia, if not the world. Catalyst has two bold goals. Our first goal is to ensure that every child is a competent reader, because we know that early literacy is so critical. Our second bold goal is that high impact teaching practice is visible in every classroom, and that we can see that and the students experience it every day.
The next one is energetic. What word? Energetic.
I think that having the evidence of the science of learning is something that can't necessarily be questioned. We know that it's going to work. We know that it's something that's needed. So I think basing all the decisions we're making on the science of learning, but then finding ways to bring the staff together as a collective to work on the journey together has been really successful.
What we're seeing with the academic outcomes and their confidence in particular is the fact that they know that they can do more. Their results are going up. We're seeing in their spelling, in their reading, what they are able to read, what they are able to talk about in their reading. Their vocabulary is certainly being extended.
It looks different and sounds different but means the opposite.
When I first arrived as Director of Catholic Education in Canberra Goulburn, I spent a lot of time talking to teachers, principals, visiting schools, talking to parents. Everyone was dedicated to student learning, but what we were doing appeared not to be giving us the results we wanted. So that set off an intense period of reflection across the system, talking about what great learning and teaching looks like. And out of that reflection were born a couple of recognitions. The first, which was highly influential in designing Catalyst, was a recognition that the system needed to focus on the teacher as the most important learner in the system. So behind all that, the primary idea is the science of learning. Our belief that there is a way in which students learn. There's a way in which brains function to acquire knowledge that can be done efficiently through great teaching.
Multiplication is the same as lots of.
Lots of.
Groups of.
The Catalyst program has allowed me to have mentors and people to support me and teach me all about really impactful teaching practices and how I can implement that successfully in my classroom. And it's really transformed my teaching because it's allowed me to create this consistent routine and structure that means that I know that my students are learning because I'm seeing it every day.
The core of the Catalyst program is the children, but in focusing on the children, it's the teachers and the teachers' knowledge. So all of the teachers in our school and other schools have just worked together to build each other up, and in turn we are seeing that impact for the children and they are just becoming more confident.
Our first goal is to ensure that every child is a competent reader. The sooner we can move students from learning to read to reading to learn, more opportunities open up for them. They'll be able to think things that they weren't able to think before because of their reading. So our bold goal of high impact teaching practice visible in every classroom means that we need to lift our expectations that every day, every lesson, every classroom, teachers are providing great cognitive opportunities for their students to continue in their learning.
The level of confidence from some of these students has improved, and when students achieve at a greater level than what they had previously, that gives them confidence. It improves their self-efficacy and their drive. So yeah, it's been really positive in that regard.
The principal of a school of 30 children has access to the same quality of evidence, the same quality of instructional programs, the same quality of support for their teachers and students that our schools of 2,000 have. And we can only do that through an agreed system approach that recognises the power of the science of learning as the basis for our pedagogical approach. We're a Catholic education system, so we have a vision for the whole child, based on our Christian understanding of the human person, we've got great aspirations that a human being's potential is only fully realised through great learning, and that requires great teaching. We want to be a place where that's happening every day in every one of our 1,000 classrooms across our 56 schools.